My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to the Bazaar. I'm going to move over to Dooley and we'll see how we can go here. I'm still a little shell-shocked by the last run. Admittedly. It's been a while. Oh, alright. Get that out of my mind. Let's focus on Dooley. Now, Dooley mainly has been nerfed in the last patch. Admittedly, one of Dooley's best items was re-added, fiber optics. When you use your item on the leftmost side, charge the item on the rightmost side by a second. Pretty cool. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, weaponized core! Admittedly, I do really want to run this. Weaponized core was buffed. Almost all of the other cores were nerfed. Except for the core, which got more damage scaling, which it needed. Armored core now scales significantly worse as you level it up. Admittedly, it's better on level 1, I think. It used to be 5 additional shields to the items on the right default level. But I think this now levels up to give 5 additional shield with each upgrade, which means Diamond tier has 25 additional shield to the items to the right, rather than 40. Ignition core had some burn removed from each of its levels, which makes sense. It was like a very easy one-slot wonder. Look, I'm really terrified of taking weaponized core because previously it was significantly by many margins the worst core in the game. And last episode was rough, so I am feeling really nervous about taking weaponized core here. I'll give it a go though. Kyber drone, I mean, Bananable, you could have duct tape, but it's less important now that the Armadillo has an 8-second cooldown rather than 6. Kyber drone, you could give me a weapon. Admittedly, any of the weapons you could give me I'm not particularly interested in, but you could give me a weapon. Lanchon has a higher base damage, and it also now gains more damage with each fight it wins. Especially on bronze tier, where it used to be 25 additional damage, it's now 40. This makes it like more approachable to actually pick it up and start running it, rather than like having to have it as your opening option if you want to use Lanchon. Oh wow, I wonder with the additional damage on Lanchon if they can ever beat you in the fight. They can't, right? Right? Insect Wing gives 3% cooldown reduction to the weaponized core, nothing wrong with that. We'll be taking the Strange Mushroom, we're going for the experience, because it's really important to get as many items on field as possible when you're running a core. Quixel, small and medium items, you'll be my vendor for today. Memory card. When you sell this, the core gets damage equal to this item's value plus 1. I do really want to run that. Arc Blaster, when you use a tech, charges 1 second. The core is a tech, and it's also a weapon for scaling, which is nice. Memory card is also a tech. I'll take that. I honestly don't want to use it early, but if I have to, I will. Pulse Rifle. Unfortunately, I don't have a... Oh boy, Pulse Rifle and Alpha Ray. Alpha Ray got really hard nerfed. When you use the core or another ray, your weapon's getting 2 damage to the fight. The bronze tier used to be 3 damage, but now this goes 2, 3, 4, 5 for each of its levels up. It used to be 3, 6, 9, 12. It's still probably correct here. Pulse Rifle every 4 seconds deal 10 damage. Has +1 multicast if it's adjacent to a friend. Double if it's your only friend. I'll be doing that as well. So activating the core as quickly as possible is definitely our best scaling. And then I will need a weapon to actually distribute that damage to the enemy. Rightmost crit, leftmost crit. I think I will need a second weapon to actually deliver the damage. Gosh, maybe all of them should just be on the right side of the core for the first fight. Crit chance is probably going to be most relevant on the right side later on.
I spent half my life mastering that technique. So like 9.
Every 6 seconds, we're giving all of those weapons plus 10 damage. So basically, any enemy that doesn't have good scaling loses. Or faster damage. Didn't think about faster damage, but that's a lot of damage if that ever crits me. Okay, never mind. Sure, the crit was bad, but
Less blunder, more plunder.
we got him. Golden experience, please. Let me take a fight. Ah, damn it. Single experience. Admittedly, Shadowed Cloak and Grindstone are still pretty good. Giant Mosquito for proboscis, and then putting proboscis over the other side of the weaponized core, and then just running like a big slow build would be really, 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 really fun. I would love to do that. Can I? Rogue Scrapper almost has nothing that I could be interested in. And if I fight Dire Mosquito, I could actually purposefully nerf my board in order to get as much additional scaling out of the memory card as possible. So like we do something like this. We'll still win that fight very confidently. But the memory card will have some time to actually scale. Hasting a weapon at the very start of the fight as well with Rush is a pretty good hit here. 4% crit chance. Yeah, I'll take it. Proboscis is obviously the hit that I'm looking for, and Insect Wing for 6% cooldown reduction. Not bad. Oh no! Okay, cool. We did get our last memory card out there. That's huge. Ooh, Rush. The start of each fight. Haste the weapon 3 seconds, happily. Bronze tier friend, yes. I need a friend so that the pulse rifle will actually have triple strike. Hamlet, when you slow, charge this 1 second. I mean, Hamlet, I really wanted to have slow in this build, but that's kind of being forsaken. So with Hamlet and Pulse Rifle, I'm going to put them over to the left of the weaponized core, even though I recognize they would be able to carry the damage of the weaponized core very effectively. I also want the core to actually activate a bunch of times so that it can scale the damage on, honestly, probably Arc Blaster and Alpha Ray. Middle selling medium items. Realistically, if I go there, I'm looking for pulse rifle upgrade, the bronze tier, what do they call it? Rocket launcher? That's about it. Okay, so that's a pretty big hint that I want to go to the strange mushroom instead. Oh, left eye. I got the right eye and the left eye. I'll give the additional crit chance to the pulse rifle. All right, JJ.
First, profit 10.
Brick Buddy's there, and I do like Brick Buddy, but I need the damage more than I need Brick Buddy. Laser Pistol is just a very fast attacking weapon.
Leave already?
I mean, very fast. It's 4 seconds, but that's pretty fast compared to other weapons. Like, you know, Uzi is ridiculous. That's a really early mech moles. This has been upgraded. This has been buffed. This used to be what it did at Diamond tier, and now it does it at its base tier at Silver. How sad is that? When this gains haste, your weapons gain 4 damage for the fight. When this gains haste, your shield items gain 4 shield for the fight. So you have to have the ability to give it specifically haste to really be able to benefit from it. I don't think I'm ever gonna have a build where like this is getting a sick amount of haste and it's actually like responsible for a lot of my damage scaling. But I could. That could theoretically happen to me at some point. You know what? In the spirit of trying new things, give me mech moles. I'm not gonna run it yet. I'm absolutely not gonna run it yet. But I will have it. I think it's really important that I use the weaponized core as many times as possible.
Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
I want to have my fast weapons on the right side of the weaponized core and then my fast non-weapon items on the left side of it, but I don't really have a spread like... Good lord! Well, that was a crit with a 10% chance.
No ball.
Another crit with a 10% chance. Yeah, double barrel has more damage on its base level. They didn't even have to hit us with Long John. God. I feel like every enemy I'm fighting is like so much more powerful than the last patch, and I'm a little concerned by it. Isla, you sell weapons. Why don't you sell me a good one? Miss Isles. When you use the core, reload this. Miss Isles did get nerfed. It now has a 4-second cooldown rather than the 3-second cooldown, but admittedly, it was previously very good. I'm gonna sell Hamlet and Arc Blaster here.
Go make some more stories, then come back and tell me.
So in 4 seconds, I have 10 casts on the left-hand side of the weaponized core, which scales those weapons very well. The thing is, these are also the best holders for the scaling now. Do I do a full invert here and just try and do max damage? I guess. Gotta take the free option. Can't really afford anything else. Chris Army Knife. If this board doesn't have the damage to take down the eccentric Etherite, I don't know what's what. I'm blind. Ooh, hasting the core, ideal. Okay, I think we might have the damage.
Power outage!
Rigged at the start of the fight. Haste 2 items for 3 seconds. Ooh. Upgrade a bronze tier item? I mean, I want it to be the weaponized core because it gets more damage. And I do want to use the core. Alpha Ray is so weak, it's not worth upgrading. I mean, not unless I have some specific good reason to do it. Unfortunately, I don't really like any of these shops here. I'm going to go to Barkun, and I'm going to be pretty sad about it.
I love them all.
Pylon. Every 3 seconds, slow an item for 1 second. When you slow, haste an item for 1 second. There's the rocket launcher as well. Every 6 seconds, deal 8 damage and burn 2 with a multicast of 3. I mean, it's one of the faster weapons I can put on the left side of the core right now.
Where's Mitchworth? Oh, did he see me close a deal?
I do need the core to actually go fast. It's all of my damage scaling. I should have sold Chris in that shop, unfortunately. I could have gotten up to 5 gold. If I had 5 gold, I could give 10 additional damage to an item, or I could give 2 additional burn to the rocket launcher. I'm gonna go to the battlefield for a small weapon. Oh, Dragon Whelp. We can see the new dragon tag as well. Deal 1 damage and then burn equal to this item's damage. I mean... honestly, Alpha Ray is doing almost no scaling. I mean... Oh, no. But then I gotta take missiles off the field. No! Because then that's my friend. Oh, and then I can't field any other friends at the moment. Okay. I'm going to keep the Dragon Whelp around so I can try and use it in the future. I don't know if it is ever going to go back on the board. I'd like it to, but we will see. For the moment, get Astrid Shid. Shin. Oops. Just a bit marble mouthy at the moment, I guess. Really fun new item. I'll bring attention to Boomerang. Every 4 seconds, deal 40 damage. Well, this is affected by other things on the board. This is the gold tier. Deal 40 damage. When you win a fight against a monster with this... Monster. Interesting. When you win a fight against a monster with this, get a random loot item. That loot item is just added to your inventory immediately. Okay, we scale our damage very well. We have very good damage scaling. I'm happy to see it, considering that's all I do. If my damage scaling was bad and it's the only thing I do, it's time to go back to the drawing board. Sylvia, your items cost a lot of money. I can't afford them right now, buddy. I'm gonna go to get a weapon from... Oh, hang on. Hammer. Every 9 seconds, deal 20 damage. When you level up, if you have at least 3 tools, upgrade an item of a lower tier. I have currently 2 tools. One is hammer and one is Chris Army Knife. Small non-weapon item available in Lost and Found. I'm going to go to Tox Clocks. Hey, slow and cooldown items. Admittedly, Tox Clocks is pretty expensive, but if I find Metronome, suddenly Mech Moles is online. If I find a tool of any kind, suddenly the Hammer is online, and it can start to upgrade my bronze items when I level up. Hamlet, you're a tool. When you slow, charge this 1 second. Also, Plasma Grenade and Cool LEDs when you use the core, charge this 1 second. Cool LEDs got an increase in its cooldown so that you can't use it to just spam out things so quickly. A lot of Dooley's things got increased cooldowns, and they needed it. I will take the really aggressive roll here. One second, my computer is telling me I don't have space for anything else, so I need to very quickly delete some things. Okay, I think I got that in time. Sorry, buddy, I am making you wait at the moment, but admittedly, it's so that this episode goes live at all. All right, there we go. Yeah, I'm going to take the roll because hitting Metronome would be huge. No Metronome. Solar Farm, haste your other items for 1 second, gain 6 regeneration for the fight when you burn, charge this 2 seconds. Admittedly, we do have some burn, courtesy of the rocket launcher, but the rocket launcher and Solar Farm together... There is Cog, haste 1 adjacent item for 1 second. Every 4 seconds, I could give 4 damage to all of my weapons and 4 shield to my mech moles. That's not enough. It's not enough to justify running it. And then finally, Power Drill. When you haste, slow, freeze, burn, or poison, charge this 2 seconds. Admittedly, the rocket launcher activates every 6 seconds, so this has a cooldown of like 5 or something like that. And at the very start of the fight, it gets 3 triggers. Power Drill is going to be important, and it is going to be relevant to this run. It just isn't yet. I gotta keep my tools if I want my level ups. I want to keep Dragon Whelp and Mech Moles as options. Gosh. I think I'm selling Alpha Ray. I mean, I don't want that to be what we did, but I actually think this is probably significantly better. It'll definitely be better against Technovirus. Technovirus wants to destroy my small items, and to that I say, what small items? Huh? You and what army? Oh, we did get Solar Farm back. Interesting. It's our level 5 level up for an Argenta skill.
You came to the wrong Sphinxian. I really enjoy.
None of you are vehicles. Flashy Pilot, when you use a vehicle, your items gain 10% crit chance. This is one of the best ways to gain crit, especially now that Crescendo is off the field. The only problem is I don't really know who I would use. Brick Buddy? No. Combat Core? Maybe? Crane? Probably not. Forklift? Definitely not. Race Car? Absolutely, but it entirely comes down to when I find Race Car. Admittedly, Race Car gets 3 charges at the very start of the fight. If the build cares about Power Drill, it cares about Race Car as well. Like, it's got a lot of overlap. There's also Sharp Corners. When you shield, your weapons gain 3 damage to the fight, and also Quick Freeze. The first time you haste each fight, freeze an item 3 seconds. That'll happen immediately at the start of the fight. You know what? I'm gonna go for the Quick Freeze. Literally just freezing an item at the very start of the fight. Huge. Midsworth, you buy my medium items. I gotta say, I don't have that many I want you to buy. Also, didn't I just level up? Shouldn't you have upgraded an item? Did you upgrade Dragon Whelp and I just wasn't paying enough attention? The answer is yes.
Come on then. Let's get this over with.
Well, there's the... there's the vehicle. When you use another friend, this gains 10 damage to the fight. Your other friend's cooldowns are reduced by 10%. I don't think we're a friend build using that. Gosh, I really don't want Solar Farm to be in my future. Yeah, sure, Solar Farm can apply haste to the mech moles, but like those and then a rocket launcher, so I've got like 7 slots locked in. I should probably have the weaponized core on field. Suddenly I'm doing no damage. In order to very, very uncommonly get some additional damage from mech moles. This only does it when it gains haste, not when you haste, right? It's specifically the mech moles that needs to receive the haste. That's the problem. Uzi, admittedly, is a very, very fast weapon. Great for charging the weaponized core. I think I have to get rid of the solar farm. Like, there's a dream where, like, power drill, solar farm, rocket launcher, we end up with hotspot or something like that. So the rocket launcher is actually, burning 6 times per cooldown. And then suddenly the power drill is going off ridiculously, and the solar farm is getting a lot of haste to other items, and then the power drill is seeing those haste. Like, there is something there. I almost want to keep the solar farm until I get my... No, wait, I just got my Agenta level up. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna get rid of the solar farm.
Maybe I can resell this to my boys.
Dang. Yeah, the obvious hit after a roll there would have been Metronome. So let's go to Andy.
Have to ask the price. You can't afford it.
Memory card. As much as I do want to buy and sell that for 4 additional damage on the weaponized core, do I?
Whoever said money can't buy class had neither.
Soldering gun. This has +1 multicast if it's adjacent to a friend, and +1 multicast if it's adjacent to a tool. I can give it both of those adjacencies, and then it will be one of the fastest available activators for the weaponized core. I don't think I'm using mech moles. If I get haste, I'm using the power drill instead.
You want to buy that? I mean, excellent choice.
Soldering gun has a 5-second cooldown and a multicast of 3. It is additional burn triggers for the board, which is nice. Now that I have a second friend on this board, I'm starting to feel like I could take the pulse rifle off. Ooh, I could pop Dragon Whelp in that position if I really wanted to. Pop the Uzi down for as quick as I can possibly charge the weaponized core. I mean, if I really wanted to be nutty here, Missile goes over to the other side as well. Dragon Whelp having the 8% crit chance is nice, but like, it gets 15 additional damage every time it attacks. Unfortunately, it's only every 9 seconds. It will burn. Equal to its damage. I no longer need Hamlet. Power Drill is also a tool, so the hammer is active. And I do want to get rid of Hamlet because I don't want Power Drill to upgrade Hamlet. Having a look at the win-loss record of this enemy, I am expecting to run into Bob.
I'm not like other Jabarians.
Oh, no Bob board. Just a lot of damage. Dragon Whelp hit for 60 burn there, as well as 60 damage. And that burn was enough.
Chasing you.
Nice. I wonder. Soldering gun needs to be adjacent to a tool and a friend? What about that? Power drill's a tool. And power drill sees 8 seconds of charge immediately when it comes out onto the field. When the soldering guns go off, it gets 6 seconds worth of charge. When the rocket launcher goes off, it gets another 6 seconds worth of charge. I don't think that makes it faster. But a little bit more, and it will. A little bit more. Spare change. I really care about max HP in this run. I think I have too many friends on field to ever field the pulse rifle again. But I'm definitely never fielding the laser pistol, so I'll sell that. I'm gonna go for the eating contest and go for the full amount of food. Oh god. I don't even want an upgrade right now. I mean, like, the items that I want to get upgraded, I don't want B1 and B2 to be the way that I get it. But I guess I do want hammer upgraded especially. I would do anything to get that upgraded. Because then it can upgrade my silver tier items as well. Look, I'm not going to be able to buy anything from any of these, and I don't care about the poison. So I'm going to just look at B1 and B2. Yeah, there's the hammer upgrade. All right, well, I have to figure out what to do now. Soldering gun is a tool. So is power drill, and so is hammer. So now I can sell Chris Army knife. So I'd sell Chris Army knife and the pulse rifle in order to get the hammer upgrade. So now when I level up, it can upgrade any lower tier item, including all of my silvers. And now I do need to put the power drill back on board. It might not be the best in this position, but I do need it. I needed to sell the other things for an upgrade. I mean, thankfully, it will still get me through the PvE fight almost incredibly easily. Trash Town Mare. Yep. Unfortunately, the Dragon Whelp does take until 9 seconds to activate for the first time, and then another 9 seconds to activate for the second time. I need it to be faster than that. Ooh, augmented weaponry. Your weapons have 1 additional damage. When you sell a small item, increases damage by 1. Great. Huge. Silver tier loot item, please. That is a small item. I can sell that. Oh, single experience from a vial of blood. Happy. Happy to get that. Oh, it was Miss Isles that got upgraded as well. Yay. I'm going to go to Kina just because, like, until I hit Metronome, Metronome is by far the biggest available hit in the pool. First Aiden has been made slower, unfortunately. Haste a single item for 2 seconds. And it does that every 4 seconds now. Admittedly, duct tape's also here. When you use an adjacent item, shield 8, it lowered its shield number, but if I don't care about the amount of shield triggers that occur, or if I'm not scaling this number, it doesn't really matter to me. I'm going to take First Aiden. I think First Aiden and the Uzi. Oh, but then I don't have a tool on field. Okay, Power Drill is still better, but First Aiden does have a place in this future. Possibly. Midsworth is here, ready to buy our middle items. I'm going to take Acacia of Riches so that I can actually afford to buy anything on the other end of the day. All right. I need a way to have fights last longer, and I don't want to shield, and I don't want to heal, and I don't want to slow my enemy down, but I need fights to last longer, so... 720 damage plus 72 is 792 damage with a single. Oh my god, apropos chapeau as well. I am so glad to see this here too. I mean, it's actually really bad for me because apropos chapeau, your weapons gain 6 damage, your healing items gain 6 heal, your shield items gain 6 shield. If you have another tool, weapon, property, or apparel, this has +1 multicast for each. And obviously, all of those are stored within the Beasts of Burden already, because it's gotten big.
That was invigorating.
So I have to make sure I record enough episodes today so I get to record an episode with Beasts of Burden before they change it. I know they don't release patches very commonly, very quickly after patches and things like that. They don't want to do stuff like that, but at the same time, did you just see what happened? That's every encounter I've ever had with a Beast of Burden. It's pretty impressive. I could give 10 additional damage to the Dragon Whelp straight up, but I think Eyeless selling weapons is probably the way to go here. Hmm. 10 additional damage to the Dragon Whelp straight up. But the thing is, I'm not getting to using the Dragon Whelp. I've got some of the fastest items I can have on the left side here. All right, I will go to the Artisan Dunes, and I will give the 10 additional damage to the Dragon Whelp. Upgrade a silver or lower tier item. Looks like our Uzi got upgraded by the hammer, unfortunately. Argenta, you teach silver tier skills. Admittedly, if you taught hotspots, I'd be over the moon. Almost anything else? Well... Firepower is really good. Whenever you use the core, give 10 damage to its adjacents. Or I could just upgrade the weaponized core to give more damage to the whelp. I don't think the whelp ever gets a multiplier for its damage or anything like that. Oh, its cooldown gets lower as it levels up. Okay. 8-second cooldown goes to 7 at diamond tier? That's usable. Please, game. What are you doing? Ugh. I can't afford that. Solar farm, when you burn, charges 2 seconds. I'd have to get 17 additional gold. I can't get 17 additional gold here. If I sell missiles, I get 8, and I still need 9 more gold after that. Can I? So I'd still really want to keep the soldering gun because that's a lot of the burn, which then translates into a lot of the haste. So we'd want to keep soldering gun. We'd want to keep rocket launcher. If I keep soldering gun, I need to make sure that I keep a tool and a friend on board. I wonder if we would be getting out of weaponized core. Like, we literally take the core off field in order to run this. But if I take the weaponized core off field, then there's no reason to be playing missiles. There's also schematics. When you level up, get a tech item. This has been changed. Glad to see it's been changed. Okay, if I sold missiles and the rocket launcher, I don't want to sell the rocket launcher. I'll tell you that much. I don't want to be selling the rocket launcher. But let's think it through. Missiles and the rocket launcher. And then missiles would be replaced with first Aiden so that I have the appropriate adjacencies there. And I would be selling these. That's 2 lots of 8 for 16. That'd be enough to get us the item. It would cause Power Drill to go off a lot, but also Power Drill doesn't really care about going off a lot. Unless it has additional damage or it has some additional effects. It doesn't have additional damage unless I put it on this side, in which case I would then also need to put the small soldering gun on that side, in which case the weaponized core is not getting as much scaling as it really wants to. If I took that off board in order to field that, I only have 14 gold that I can sell for, which leaves us 3 short of the solar farm. I don't think there's any version of this where I can run the solar farm and not completely gimp my board. I really wanted there to be. I want you to know I really wanted there to be. That said, I'm not too sad to still be able to use the dragon whelp and also still to have the hammer. Both of those I'm actually really quite chuffed about.
I feel like that decision comes from a negative place.
I don't have enough damage to kill the Lich. Die Mosquito. When you slow haste, would be a really, really good pickup. But that's just one of your skills. Foreman has tools. But also only 1 more gold than the Die Mosquito. Here I can get cooldown reduction, which would be super useful for trying to get the Dragon Whelp to fire a little faster. Like, by the time the Dragon Whelp attacks for the second time, it is doing lethal burn at this point in the game. I just need it to do that. Earl's dig site.
You look like a hardy one. Need some work?
Oh, that's funny. Neural Toxin, when you use an adjacent weapon, slow an item 1 second. That can be adjacent to the power drill, and now every time we use the power drill, we slow an item 1 second. We have no on-slow triggers, but admittedly, that's so good. Let's give Dragon Whelp the cooldown reduction. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
you're
absolutely.
natural at this.
I'm gonna go to JJ. JJ, just sell me the item called Pylon. Soldering gun is for charging the weaponized core, but if I really want to, I can have Neural Toxin here instead, which will charge the power drill faster. And in charging the power drill faster, it will also charge the weaponized core, but also it'll be slowing down the enemy stuff, which is also good. Also. We'll have a look at that in a second.
The Bazaar's a crazy place, right?
None of those are Metronome. Interestingly, none of those are Metronome either. Huh. I'll be. Could have sworn one of them would have been Metronome.
Maybe I'm not cut out for business.
I don't think the Neural Toxin slowing is better right now. Like in 5 seconds, this gives 3 charges from the soldering gun for power drill and 3 charges for weaponized core. With Neural Toxin in that position instead, in 5 seconds, it gives 2 charges to power drill and 0 charges to the weaponized core. That said, that definitely exists in our future. Garbage Man 98. Please tell me you have a slow board. Slow and steady. That's the pace I want to see, please.
Sure. Have you noticed I'm huge?
Oh. You have squares and one of them's diamond tier. Well, that's a lot of damage on your Regal Blade, friend. I did put a big burn number on you, but you're about to shoot me in the face with a cash cannon and a diamond tier dog. It is day 6. Oh boy. It's day 6. As much as I need additional health to continue living longer, our salvation is the item Pylon, which is a non-weapon item, or Metronome, which is a non-weapon item as well. Oh boy. Wallace. Every 6 seconds gain 10 shield, and then this shield's for 20 additional in the fight. That's not really going to be relevant to our board state, unfortunately. Ooh, the hammer upgraded our rocket launcher. Nice. Slow-mo Lumbra teaches slow skills. Yeah, but they're going to be mostly bronze and silver tier, and the bronze and silver tier slow skills are really bad. Again, it'll be all in gold tier hill.
I help you discover for yourself.
When you burn with an item, gain shield equal to that item's burn. Also, when you level up, upgrade a bronze tier item. I already do that. This is a lot of shield triggers, admittedly, which is pretty good if I wanted to put an armadillo, back on board, but like, I don't have a armadillo, and I don't do anything unique when I shield yet, so I'm gonna roll away from that. Ooh, tools of the trade, that's huge. First 5 times use a tool each fight, haste a tool for a second.
Soon I think you will be ready for Adira's training.
Spare change or mittel? I'm gonna go for spare change. Ooh. I think I actually do damage fast enough here in this fight to take out the Radiant Corsair. The damage is not going to come out of missiles in this fight, so I'm going to replace missiles with first Aiden and then get a Neural Toxin between the Power Drill and the Rocket Launcher so that I can slow down some of the enemy items as well as charge the Power Drill a little faster. I'm not going to level up after this battle, but I do have to make sure that I never have spare change when I level up because I don't want the hammer just to give me an additional coin. That's a pretty low value hit for it. The reason I think I can take on Radiant Corsair is because after the second hit of the Dragon Whelp, the enemy is going to have enough burn that they just start dying. Ooh, they crit me with the anchor. That's really unfortunate. 25% crit chance. Damn it! Yeah, they only won because they crit me. Literally, they were dying in a second. There are 2 burn triggers in a single second. Thankfully, I got all of the money from the fight, just none of the experience.
Ah, a friend. I mean, a customer.
When you burn, this gains 50 damage to the fight, says the plasma rifle. I do burn, but I don't burn fast enough to use that, I don't think. Dianosaur and the Pyrocarbon, when you gain burn, your items are hasted for a second. When you gain burn. Kinetic Cannon Motherboard and Security Camera here. Yeah, I don't want any of those, unfortunately. Metronome and Pylon remain in the ether.
Any good fights lately? Oh, I do miss it.
I will take Race Carl.
And when you carry my weapon, I fight alongside you.
The thing is... Grayskull doesn't really want to go on this board just yet. It needs there to be more haste triggers rather than just the ones that happen at the start of the fight from Rigged and... Well, Tools of the Trade is pretty good. That's a decent amount of haste triggers. Is it enough to do that, though? I didn't get the shield when you burn, so I won't be taking Armadillo here. Flamethrower! Every 5 seconds, deal 2 damage, and then burn equal to 1 times this item's damage. You know what's so much better than Dragon Whelp? An item that does that in 5 seconds. It is only 1 slot on board, but I can't do that. Soldering gun only cares about adjacency to a tool and a friend. Not gonna have those. Suppose I can field first Aiden. I don't think Neural Toxin is worth it right now. It will be at some point in the future. I just think I do need the additional tool triggers and additional burn and haste triggers. I need the weaponized core to go off really quickly, and then I need the flamethrower to grab that damage, and then I need the flamethrower to do that damage to the enemy. And it all has to happen before they hit me in the face with the Beast of Burden. Oh my god, you have a different item. Giant Ice Glove. I'm glad to see it. You have no freeze yet, though. That's a huge amount of damage. But it's a while until you... Oh, never mind. Yeah, heavy flashbang for 8 seconds of slow to my entire board. That gets him there. I'm on 3 wins right now, and I specifically did not want to lose at 3 wins again. Yikes. Weaponized Core will slow a single item for 4 seconds using this, whereas Rocket Launcher will slow 2 items for 1 second, each cast. So it triggers the power drill significantly faster. Forklift! Deal 50 damage for each item to the left of this and haste this and the items to the right for 2 seconds. It's a vehicle, a tool, and a weapon. It also takes 10 seconds to activate, so it's not playable. Street Festival, I mean, it will be Street Festival, I just don't know what I want to use there. I mean, Mac for an energy potion, not bad. Jules admittedly does have Knife Set, which is pretty good. A very fast activating weapon. Oh. I'll admit, I wasn't thinking about this, but this actually might be huge. Fossilized femur. When you slow, charge is 2 seconds. This slows every 6 seconds, 6 times. So it will immediately trigger the fossilized femur. And it also gains 25 damage to the fight. Honestly? Yes. Absolutely. I don't think I'm running the core anymore, and I don't think I can afford to run missiles. So, I mean, now Neural Toxin makes so much more sense. Oh my god. I already feel in my soul that this run just, like, takes a dive directly into the trash from here, but, like, how often do I get Fossilized femur? How often can I run Fossilized femur? I think you take the opportunity when you get it and you say, thank you, Mac. Burninator bot, you have pylon, and if I got pylon, the game is over. Pylon, when you slow, hasten item. This fossilized femur is silvered here as well, by the way. So we're all familiar. We get an item upgrade here. And unfortunately, it was on the soldering gun, one of the only items that doesn't care about it. Aegis. Whoa! Induction Aegis got an increase in its cooldown? I don't think it needed that. Metronome, right now. Here we go. Chlorance. Chlorance did get more damage, admittedly, but also, no thank you. Bye, Chlorance. Goodbye. Nufu, you sell skills. Slow and steady. When you slow, your weapons gain 6 additional damage for the fight. Admittedly, that is huge. I would need to get a lot of gold to use it. Nine more gold. I would have to get rid of one of the tools I'm using.
Quiet. A rarity in this place.
I mean, it's some nice damage scaling, but do I need damage scaling on top of what the fossilized femur is already scaling for itself? It is a lot of damage scaling, though. Every time the heavy rocket launcher goes off, it gives 36 damage to all of our weapons. Oh, actually, sorry, it's not 36. It's 54. Yikes. Yeah, I have to take that. I'm going to get rid of Race Car, but I hope he comes back. I'm gonna get rid of Soldering. I'm gonna field the Uzi next to the Neural Toxin just for faster activation. And I'm gonna sell First Aiden. I need to buy another tool before I level up so the hammer activates.
As long as you draw breath, your training is not complete.
Small weapon. Useful. I exactly don't want a weapon that upgrades, actually, thank you. I specifically wanted a weapon that would fill out my board. That was the goal. I will add a hammer to the field, and then we are gonna run the slow build. Do I live long enough? Or do I get bobbed? What's up, buddy? You bobbing? Yeah, you're bobbing. Thankfully, we froze it at the start of the fight, but this is going to be fighting uphill. Oh my god! Get him with the club! We got him! We get it! We're not going to have another 3-win. I was so terrified. At the end of the last episode when we got 3 wins, I was like, I really hope this doesn't happen again. Thankfully it hasn't. We got a 4th win. That means we are officially good at gaming.
Reward
No, it
the
doesn't.
peaceful, punish the warful.
Solar farm. I mean, Power Sander as a tool, it will give me the ability to level something up. Unfortunately, the thing that it levels up will probably be Power Sander, but
For the good of all.
I was arguing that I needed a tool, and then the game was... Hello, Orion. Your tools are too expensive for me, friend.
Good food feeds body and soul.
Hey, that was a power drill level up. Ooh, Celestial Conduit. One of the worst outcomes here, admittedly. For me right now, like I desperately want things that add slow or add additional effects that the power drill can leech off of.
Hello, old friend. Pleased to meet you.
Let's quickly check. Hammer. Yeah, that's pretty funny. The hammer will give whatever enchant it has to whatever item gets upgraded with the hammer. Unfortunately, it could override slow on the heavy rocket launcher, which like would be the nightmare scenario. I'm gonna give this to Neural Toxin because if this gets any additional triggers, like haste, what's that? Shiny? Oh. Shiny. When you use an adjacent weapon, slow for 2 seconds. It has double slow duration. Oh, boy. Oasis Guardian, you actually have a femur, don't you? Pretty sure he cares about. Slowing, yes he does. His femur is gold tier though, so harder for me to utilize. I do really need to level up as soon as possible. Death Knight Reaper is not that bad. Especially if I'm slowing all of your stuff. So they'll lifesteal some health back here. But as soon as my club goes off again, we win the fight. Ooh, Scythe. Deal damage equal to a third of your enemy's max HP. The real reason I'm happy to have that is because of money. Just gives me 50 money. Also, by beating that enemy, we guarantee that we will level up before the next fight, which gives me the hammer upgrade as well. I'll be selling Scythe and going to Andy, looking for an item to replace the hammer on field. Red button. Charge adjacent large items 4 seconds. Admittedly, it's not bad. Fossilized femur does want to be charged, but using a button that only does that, that's all it accomplishes. GPU tries to haste the core. Power Sander can be upgraded. Yep. Rough shop.
Window shoppers.
I mean, obstacle course is a slow item. But like core LEDs is a really bad slowing item for us. A lot of slowing items are really bad for us right now. We don't want slow items. What we want is items that slow, and those are not the same thing.
Come on in. Let's chat.
Bulldozer, your other friend's cooldowns are reduced by 20%. I have no friends. Oh, boy. Yep. I didn't find anything better than what I'm currently fielding. Okay, you upgraded the shiny neural toxin. Now it's slowing for 4. Okay. So, annoyingly, I think I know what the answer is here, and I don't want to do it. Because, like, a lot of the, like, dually skills, like, they are specifically for dually, are related to your core. And we do not have a core on field. Yeah, I can't run. I can't go for that. Professor Wriggle has exactly one thing we would care about, which is Toxic Flame when you burn poison, when you poison burn. Vermeer teaches crit skills, but like we would only really care about, I guess, when you slow gain crit chance.
I'm sorry. Cute. I'm a professor of the toxic arts.
Dang. First time you use a large item each fight. Poison 10. All right. Poisonous opener at least helps trigger the power drill.
It's Professor Wriggle.
I mean, thankfully, this pig is on a losing streak, but so are we. Oh, boy. Oh, God. Oh, it's not even... Really? I'm overjoyed. I mean, that is a lot of max HP. They've got Golden Balcony is tripling the value of a Toxic Pawn Shop. They've got 4,000 HP out of that. Thankfully, I froze the Deadly Double Whammy and slowed it permanently.
That was impressive.
Giving us the ability to actually get over the top of them there with the Fossilized femur. I'm just getting the HP from the eating. Oh, it's finally here. Okay, the double slow duration means almost nothing on Shiny Neural Toxin. It means almost nothing. However, if it poisoned instead, then that's a lot of charge for the power drill. I wonder if it's now appropriate to run the power drill next to the toxic neural toxin. So power drill basically has a cooldown of 4? 6? Yeah, I mean, still oozy, right? Power drill is the first item to go off, but it doesn't keep going off. Veteran Octopus, get me a level up, please. This guy now has 50 additional damage to the Octopus, but it doesn't come from any of his skills. So it's just, this Octopus does 50 more damage for him than for any other character, which does seem weird. Hopefully Tiny Cutlass wasn't. Oh, it can't have been the thing upgraded. Yeah. Looks like it got the Uzi. God dang it. How dare you. Tiny Cutlass is actually a relatively fast attacking weapon. Happy to replace the hammer with that. Gold tier loot item, please give me cooldown reduction. Negative. Kina? Metronome! When you use an adjacent item, haste the other adjacent item for 2 seconds. Oh, Bonker has also been changed. You take 30% less damage in general. Nice to see that there. I don't think I can use that, though. So both of the adjacencies of Power Drill need to have a Metronome or a Toxic Neural. It's more important that the heavy rocket launcher gets haste. So I'll put the Neural Toxin between Power Drill and Uzi. So at the very start of the fight, 2 items are hasted, a third weapon is hasted, and 1 item is frozen. So immediately we get 8 seconds worth of charge onto the Power Drill. When the Power Drill goes off, it gives haste to the rocket launcher, and it also slows, and it also poisons. So it gets 6 seconds worth of charge immediately back. And then the heavy rocket launcher causes it to go off ridiculously. We might have actually just saved the run. I mean, I know I've been begging for Metronome this entire time, but it was finally here. Cool LEDs. If I don't have the core on field, you are actually a very slow way of providing slow. See. Actually, did the hammer upgrade the core? It might have upgraded the core, not the Uzi there. A random enchantment on the Metronome? Come on, effect. Is that shiny again? Wyatt, shiny is the least... So shiny just doubles its haste duration, which is the same thing that a haste thing would do on it. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here. I should have given that to the Power Drill. I knew it. This with shiny, literally game's over. Like, if it had shiny, I just figured that more often the Metronome would be seeing hits. Unfortunately, there's... It should have been the Power Drill I hit, I think. Oh no. Damn it! Turbo Caltrops! Yay! The enemy eviscerated us with our own weapon activations. I'm very glad we finally got to use the Fossilized femur. We had the Toxic Neural Toxin, we had the shiny Metronome, we had a Power Drill doing great work. Unfortunately, we ran into an enemy who specifically says, hey, if you cast things, why don't you die about it? And then we did. Good lord, a 5 winner. Ugh. I'm very glad that I finally got to use the Fossilized femur and recognize Fossilized femur's good effect. Unfortunately, it didn't get upgraded, and we got the shiny Metronome and the thing. Like, literally, if these enchanted with anything else other than shiny, it would have saved me an enchant that I could have put somewhere else, and that would have really, really helped. That said, against that final enemy, the fact is that I was just gonna die. In order to do enough damage to them, I would definitely take enough damage from Caltrops to lose. Damn. Well, we don't gain any rank, but we don't lose any rank, even if we could, but we don't. We can't, and we didn't. All right, 1 more chest in the next episode, so I can open 10. Until then, though, my name has been Rhapsody, the name of the game. It's been the Bazaar. We will win as pigs, so don't worry about it. See you tomorrow for a pig run. A special thanks this episode to Disney Mia. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see y'all next time.